I've been teaching science for over 20 years now in Scotland, Europe and the Middle East. I really love teaching science online. If you'd asked me a couple of years ago, I couldn't imagine how we'd be able to deliver the practical aspect of science, but it works so well with the developments and innovations that there have been in the last few years. We're able to use technology and simulations alongside some demonstrations from our teachers with kitchen chemistry and demonstrating things on camera. It works so well, and it really kind of gets the skills across to students much better so that they can learn to gather data and process it in the same way that they might do in a traditional lab. So in a recent science lesson, for example, we were learning about exo and endothermic reactions. So we got some vinegar and bicarbonate from the kitchen, put them together with a thermometer. We use visualizers so we can record what's happening, and the students can actually take readings from my thermometer as well. That worked really nicely, and it really illustrates the concept that they're learning about, but in a real way. Before I moved into alternative provision, I was working for another online school, and I was really enjoying the way that we could connect with students, but I became aware that a lot of the students attending were there because they possibly weren't coping in mainstream school and needed the support that an AP can bring. So when the opportunity came to work at Academy21, I was really excited to learn more about the sector, and I see the ways that this alternative way of learning really works for a lot of students. Some of our students, they come for a long period of time, but many of them just transition in and out, and that's part of our role. Sort of getting that love of education back, getting that love of learning back so that they can then go on to progress in their education. My first experience of teaching online, like many people, was during the pandemic. I was working in an international school. We moved to online, then we moved to blended learning. So using a lot of technology with some learners in front of us and some at home. And that opened my eyes to the potential of this. And when I returned to the UK, I was really interested in exploring opportunities in online education. I find it's been a really interesting chapter of my career and sort of allowing me to learn new skills and develop. I've always loved teaching science. I loved teaching in a real life mainstream provision and doing practicals in the lab, but equally I love working online. I feel like working for Academy21 gives me the opportunity to try and get back that love and understanding of science in students that have really switched off from science. It is typically seen as, too hard and a very academic subject, when actually science affects all of us. It relates to our everyday life and everything around us, and just seeing that spark come back in some of the students that we teach, and them understanding, that fits with this, and telling me examples from their real lives. And because we teach children across the UK, we get lots of different examples of things local to them and things that relate to the work we're doing in class. So that's been a really interesting part of my job at Academy21. When I have a new student enter my class at Academy21, I always try to have a chat to them in our breakout room and remind them that everyone has been in that situation, some of them very recently. Throughout the year, we have students coming and going. It's very normal to be new, to be nervous, to find all the new systems quite overwhelming. But I remind them that all our teachers are there to help. Also, we have a fantastic induction program that they can attend to help them learn how to use all the little bits and pieces. I remind them that at the beginning, if they just want to join the class and just listen in and get familiar, that we don't put a lot of pressure on students. And then over time, they'll gradually be able to get comfortable and to use the wide range of learning opportunities that there are. My children, one goes to mainstream, one goes to a special provision as well, but in person. And I think education, we just need to find the right fit for every child, and that's different for every child.